Stand-Up Talk. Now, another offering from the Stand-Up Talk Radio Network.
Late night in Hollywood.
Late night in Hollywood. Late night in Hollywood.
From Los Angeles, California, you're listening to Late Night in Hollywood with Ari Manis and Michael Lenoci.
Hi, welcome.
We're here.
We're here.
Late night
right
in Hollywood.
Hold on one more time, right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Hi,
we're here.
No. Go 1, 2, 3. Hi, welcome to Late Night in Hollywood with Michael Lenoci and Ari Manis. Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Hi,
welcome
here
to Late Night in
Hollywood.
Come on, man.
All right, you go. You start.
Hi, welcome to Late Night in Hollywood
With Ari Manis
and Michael. But hold on, let's start again. Ready?
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hi,
welcome
we're to Late Night.
You keep saying word. No.
Yeah. Welcome.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, welcome to Late Night in Hollywood with Michael Lenoci and Ari Manis.
His sidekick. Right, great.
No, you're the sidekick.
No, well, we just said it the right way, and
No. I wasn't paying attention because I was doing managerial work because I'm the leader of the podcast.
that's the
my
least.
podcast.
That's the least managerial thing you could ever say. So basically, it's my podcast. You're my guest, and I always have other guests, but you're my reoccurring guest on it. And it's Late Night in Hollywood with Michael Lenoci and Ari Manis.
No. Everyone I've had people come up to me and they even say like, I really enjoy you and your sidekick adds a little something
Who
to the
says
podcast.
that? Show
too.
me. Tell me their name. Well, welcome here, Late Night in Hollywood at the Stand-Up Studio, Talk Studios, whatever this is called. We have our guests. One of my favorite. He's just looking at me. He loves how endearing I am.
He's very funny and he's very handsome too.
Yeah.
He's a handsome guy.
Give it up for this guy. What's your name again? Sorry.
I thought you were supposed to introduce me.
Oh,
Francisco.
Hey, Francisco. Hey, give it up for, how do you say, Francisco Ramos.
Thank
Dun, 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 dun.
What is that? What is that?
Dun, dun, dun,
That's not my theme. What are you talking
I'm a
about?
soccer player. Da, 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 da.
What? That's like a retarded soccer player right there.
Da, da, da.
Do you actually play soccer?
I actually do play soccer.
Is that why your calves look so good?
You
do
I
have
guess.
nice
Why do you
calves.
know? Why do you know that my calves look good?
I don't know.
I just
That's
have
like a
always
word.
noticed.
Everyone's talked about
Yeah.
your
Is this-
calves.
You have nice calves.
You
Is
do
the
have
door
nice
open
calves.
still, just a little bit? Because
Why,
you guys
you-
give me Larry Cable Guy powder, and then
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I knew you were-
some weird
I
like,
knew-
fetish shit.
I knew Larry the Cable Guy was a big hero of yours.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Actually,
And I
it's
saw
funny
that.
because I just saw a commercial out of the Larry the Cable Guy. I'm like, and I just thought like, this guy just does commercial, and then I just get.
I feel like if Larry the
Guy.
Cable Guy heard you say his name, he'd want to kill himself.
Larry the Cable Guy.
I don't think Larry the Cable Guy is called Larry the Cable
like
Guy
my
off stage.
No, yeah. Larry
If
the
I ever see
Cable
him,
Guy.
I will never not call him that.
Of course.
I'll be like, hey, Mr. Larry the Cable Guy, because that's what you are to me.
So Larry's his first name, the Cable Guy, last name.
That's his middle
Mr.
name.
Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Larry.
What did you do today? You go to the gym today?
I did go to the gym.
I could
thank
tell.
You. What's what?
I
Is,
could
is
tell.
this like a gay podcast? What's going on here?
No, dude.
I
we
mean, I
know-
just want to know. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
We know you have a girlfriend, but we are wondering,
Okay.
do you ever experiment with guys?
No.
All right.
No.
Francisco Ramos.
All right.
Francisco Ramos.
You would be really good at being gay.
You-
No, I could.
No.
I think that. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that isn't. I mean, boom. You got if you like it, you like it. But
Sounds like he
I
agreed
like
with me, guys.
woman. I like woman.
He likes woman.
What's your
Only
favorite?
woman.
What's
or
your
woman?
favorite part of?
Woman.
What's your favorite part of a woman?
Ass.
Ass guy.
I'm an ass.
Ass.
Man.
Well,
Yeah.
let me just say,
I'm
the
an ass
one
man.
thing about a woman that is similar to a man is an ass.
What's your favorite part?
Touche.
I gotta have. I love boobs.
I'm a belly guy. Is that weird? I love
Yeah.
girls'
Belly guy,
belly.
like-
Now we gotta
like
edit
a-
this, man.
No,
That's
it's
Wait,
not-
what do you mean? I bet like
I like girls with just nice flat tummies.
like a flat like. Just,
tummy.
Just
You can't
a
call it a
nice-
tummy unless it's an
like,
8-year-old
Just
tummy.
a nice stomach, dude.
Why do you like? What are you gonna fuck the?
I'm gonna.
the belly
I'm
button.
gonna.
Belly?
I'm gonna kiss it and put my nose in it and tickle her.
You just want to cuddle. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't
I
wanna
do
fuck.
like.
Are you-
It's
are you
like,
a-
I don't care.
Francis, are you a good cuddler?
I'm a great cuddler. Yes.
Do you
I
like?
am.
You like to cuddle?
I don't. I just only do it for 3 minutes. That's it.
3 minutes?
Yeah, and then after that, boom, you're out.
Boom, you're out.
Boom.
What
you're
if you
out.
love her?
3 minutes? I don't
Oh,
care
you-
about. Fuck. I mean, just because you love somebody doesn't mean you gotta fuck your principles.
I feel like I would want to cuddle someone to where they felt my love. You know what I mean? Like
So you
cuddle
probably
them,
want
I'm
to
like,
kill somebody. That's what a
I
serial
want,
killer
I want them to
says,
know. I
basically.
want them to feel my love through the biceps and forearms, like you know what I mean, and through my breathing of the nose.
Yeah, that's what a rapist says, actually.
Yeah, that was strange.
That's very
Was it?
rapist. Especially that breathing.
I've never tried to rape.
Why are you
yet.
taking your shirt off? What the fuck's going on?
No, I didn't take my shirt off. They can't see if you're telling the truth. Can you tell them that you were just kidding?
I was just kidding.
Thank you.
Edit that.
We will. So Francisco, you're a comedian, a stand-up comedian.
am.
Obviously, that's why you're on here. How long have you been at the gates? Out the gates?
Out the gates like a horse.
Yeah, like a durden, durden, durden. How long have you been going on stage and going? How do you say Francisco?
Francisco. I've been doing it for between almost 6 years or 6 years around there. Change 6 and change. I've been doing since 2005. No, wait. No, sorry. I moved here in 2006, 2007. This is a very gay post that you're doing right now.
What do you mean? I'm just
You're
relaxing.
on this couch right now, like you're
can't-
about to take pictures, like George Costanza when he was taking pictures on Seinfeld.
I'm just relaxing, man. I don't see what the big deal is.
All right, cool. Just
You
keep
do
doing
have
it.
a good tan.
Thank you. I don't
Nice tan.
have a tan right now. This is a natural tan.
That's
actually.
natural.
I
You came
wasn't-
out?
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at your penis, but you have a white stain, right?
That's
a rip.
that's
What is that?
No, this is you see what actually I don't know why, but my jeans they always ripped here. I don't know if
Mine does too after a while. Look. And
Yes.
that means I have to get new ones. They
Yes.
only last like 4 months.
Yes, that happens.
What
to
is
me
that
too.
about?
I think
have
you
no
guys are
idea.
doing something wrong because my jeans don't ever.
I think you just don't have
do that.
athletic thighs from playing soccer for so many
Maybe it's
years.
'cause
And if
my
you look
knee
at his
is
thighs,
Rub
he's clearly
so much through my thighs.
his
that it just
thighs.
wants
Yeah.
to pop
He's got
out, you know?
he's got 12 years of soccer thighs. You can
That
tell.
might be
My
it.
my penis is like Hulk. He wants to rip through the fucking jeans.
I could tell. I could tell.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but so back to comedy. He's been doing comedy 6 years, which is just around the time where people say you start feeling really comfortable in knowing you
I'm actually
things click more.
Yeah, I'm definitely. It's getting to the point where I think comedy is such a thing that you need. It keeps changing and changing and changing. Like even like 3 months, you're like, well, I'm getting better at it. But I'm definitely right now. I can know like my persona on stage. I still figuring out like my really true point of view in a way. Trying to figure it out. But I'm definitely more. The best I've been since I started, of course, just know how to handle myself on stage, how to talk, where to go, all this stuff.
Would you say that on a scale of 1 to 10, your lips are probably like a 7 or an 8?
What? My lips are at 10.
What about your teeth? You have
My
nice.
teeth,
You have nice
my
teeth.
teeth are
Yeah.
a 9.
Nine?
9 and 10, yeah.
Are those natural or did you have braces
Oh, they're
when you were
natural.
growing up?
No,
Wow.
actually, no. Well, I did wear braces.
You had braces. Okay.
I had retainers. Actually,
Of course you
not
did.
braces.
Those are perfect teeth.
Yeah.
Retainers.
Of course you had
See,
retainers.
yes,
Those can't
retainers.
be
Smile,
natural.
good cheekbones.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Again
go,
with
do
the
you get
gay stuff.
facial
Is this
hair?
like a thing just to like? Did you plan this? I believe you planned this. Is this like some stripper guy gonna come out of this shit?
No, but do
I
you
really
want
hit
that?
you.
We can
No,
set that up.
no.
No, I just compliment. You've always. Everyone tells you this. It's not. There's nothing
Girls
special to this.
tell me.
But even guy comics. And
That's the thing. Look, I want.
You're a
that's the thing,
good-looking
like,
guy.
It's like I don't understand because it's like why like I see like there's other guys who are like also good looking. Why like I
who?
never.
Like me.
No, not you. No, but
Me?
No. But I think there's some other guys. There's some other
tell me
guys that are
which
like
ones.
that I like, that are like
Who?
they're just like come out and they're like, but they don't get the whole like, oh, he's good looking, you know.
Who do you think?
Did
is
you
good
think
look-
about experimenting with these guys?
No, I wouldn't. No, I did
Okay.
not at all. I just think like, how come they don't get the when they get brought up kind of thing, like, oh, he's a good looking guy, whatever.
Because one, you have this Ricky Martin swag about you.
the swag.
Living la vida
It's something.
loca.
It's something different because there's not a lot of good-looking comics.
Well, I feel
Overall-
like there actually is these days.
There is, right?
I feel
But
like
you
I feel like that used to be a thing, but I feel like these days.
Now
There's
there's more.
enough, but I mean,
For example,
it's-
Brady. That's one.
yeah, I mean,
So, but people think they never go like, oh, he's, they just bring him up as Brady,
yeah.
So it's like my thing is like, how come I'm then getting racist remarks of me being good looking?
I've never. Yeah, I don't
I've been
know.
discriminated about being good looking.
I'll be honest. You're the only comic that I ever wonder what he looks like with his shirt off. And I'm
That's
not
very
being
gay.
gay.
That's
but-
very gay.
No, I'm ahead of like you. You ever had?
We are in West Hollywood, so I think
Listen,
you
Francis,
are actually.
you work out. Have you ever been at the gym and you're working out and you're like, oh well, that guy's got a good body.
No.
And not, and yes, you do. You don't ever. You're at the gym. You're watching. You're like, man, that guy's in good shape.
No.
You say good shape. He's in good
No.
shape. Like he's got a good body.
No,
I look at it.
girls.
All right. Well, you know what?
I'm
When
looking. That's a nice ass.
when I'm incline bench pressing,
You
75,
incline press bench?
75
75
dumbbells.
bench.
Yeah, dude, all day.
You don't do.
You know what I'm doing?
75.
There's only men around because it's sweaty in there, and this is where we put
So
real.
they get to watch you do your one rep.
Everyone's doing it. No, I can do it 10 times. I'll do it right now
10
if you had.
times.
Yeah, 75
No,
incline.
you can't.
I'll bet you right now.
You could do it 10
All right,
times,
this
but
is
then you're
listen.
dead.
The podcast is fun and it's joking around, but for real, you're gonna fucking piss me off. I swear to God, come to the gym with me and see
I'm
me
not
do it.
gonna come to the gym with you.
Come to the gym with me. We'll shower up afterward, clean up afterwards. But
Can I supervise?
yeah,
By the way,
Um,
this
what is that?
lemonade.
Strawberry mango.
You have-
I want
you have
wonder.
Can I have some
I
lemonade?
just killed it.
Man,
Got
something-
Very
juice?
delicious.
Can I
This
sip
is
it?
for
What?
the main
No.
guest and the main host. The sidekick, you could have water.
I mean, it's basically sugar, but
yeah,
I love
get me
it.
some water then.
You son of a
See
gun.
how I do that?
You son,
All right.
son of a gun.
Sorry to get off track there, but you know.
The whole podcast have been off track. What are you talking about? It's
So
like,
explain. So comedy 6 years. What So tell us a little bit about yours. Like why'd you get into comedy? Where you from? Why'd you get into comedy?
Because I wanted to do something that I loved, and I realized that comedy is what I love to do. Like I love making people laugh. I love, I just always was, was attracted to comedy and comedies and comedians and all this stuff. And then I just realized that's what I wanted to do. Because I majored in finance and international business, and
But what inspired you? Who was it? A certain comic or like you always wanted to do stand up? You wanted to be an actor?
I know it's funny because I never had those thoughts when I was growing up at all. It's just all of a sudden, like when I was 24, I had this kind of like, midlife crisis mini midlife crisis. I was like, fuck, I got to do something that I like. And I started researching and seeing what I like. And everything always led to, me being funny, me being, people, telling me that I was funny, joking around people, then everything that I like in terms of TV and movies was related to comedy. And then I just kind of like, oh, this might be this thing that I want to do. And then I tried out like an improv class. I never taken any acting or anything like that. And it was very natural. Like it was very like, even, I never taken any acting or anything like that. But when we did our first show, it felt good. I had that adrenaline of if something that you wanted to do again. And what you were saying about getting up and like stuff like that. It's a whole thing about like, man, I like this and I want to do this again and I want to get better at it. And I never had that in anything I did in my life with sports or, playing a guitar or anything. It's always kind of like I started something and I was like, it's cool, but then I get bored with it. Comedy was the first thing that I was like, no, I want to actually get better. I want to work at it, get better and get better. And I didn't get tired of it.
Who was the first guy you saw that you were like, oh, he's good? Like first favorite comic, I guess.
I guess has to be Sebastian.
Oh yeah,
Maniscalco, yeah, because working at the Comedy Store, you see all those comics, and I mean, because kind of my comedy is kind of, I'm not saying it's like but it's I like his type of comedy. I like because I like Seinfeld before I moved, and I just like how the observational part of it and his point of view, how he gets, I like that. So that was like, oh man, this guy is kind of like, I kind of think like him in a way. It's like a lot of stuff that he would say or that he says is like, oh, you know what? I have that kind of point of view. Not that I'm, So yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's one of my favorites to watch as well. And you got up on stage and you got a job at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Like within months of starting comedy?
No, well, I started doing, I moved here and then I started like after I moved here and then like 3 or 4 months later, then I started doing open mics. I had to I was going off, like broke up with my girlfriend and like had to go for a job. So it's this whole bullshit like thing period. But then I started doing open mics and then like it must have been like I started doing open mics all over. And then I started hanging out at the Comedy Store doing open mics. And, and then I also, what I did, Friday night they had a show at the Belly Room with, it was, you remember Jerome Cleary?
Yeah. Yeah, I would do. He was
Jerome.
great.
So he used to do a show on Fridays. and and then so one time I went in there and I was like, hey, you know, I do open mic stuff. You need any help? I'll help put in the music, you know, doing the stuff like that. So like I started, so they're like, yeah, come every Friday, you know. So every Friday I was there. I was helping doing the thing. I remember, you know, just watching guys. And I remember, like, it's so stupid. I remember one time they told me, like, oh, tonight, this Friday, you're going to bring the host. Just bring him up. Not even, like, do a time. Just bring him up. And I remember, like, me in my studio in Westwood just practicing the whole afternoon how to fucking bring up a guy. Like, for 30 seconds. Just
try it right now.
All right, hey guys, how you guys doing? Good. Welcome to the world famous comedy store. So, all right, today, you know, and it was all this whole thing. Like I remember writing in, like, okay, turn the cell phones off, all this bullshit.
So funny,
but it was so
man.
funny, like, and I was like, and that was like
You
scary.
wanted to nail it.
I wanted to nail it, and I was
Yeah.
scared too. Like I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to fuck it up. So
Yeah.
that was just, and there's, but then so I was doing that for like I did it for for maybe 4 or 5 months, and kept doing the open mics, and then in the open mics I would start getting up. You know how it is, like, you know, you start getting up early, and then you start getting up a little later, and then they know you. They start putting you late in the potluck, you know. So I would keep getting, you know, lower and lower. People would start getting to know me, you know, the hosts and stuff like that, and then you know the managers and stuff like that to everybody. And then one Friday, I was watching the OR after I was done in the belly room. And then I was watching, you know, I don't remember who I was watching. So I'm standing there out in the back, and then all of a sudden Tommy comes to me, and he goes like, "So, what's the deal, bruh?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, just watching the show. Sorry, I'm a comic." And he's like, "No, I know." It's like, "What's the deal? Do you want to work here or what?" And I'm like, "What?" It's like, I never. You know, I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, I seen you at the open mics. You're doing good, you know. See that you work there at the, you know, in the belly room, and, you know, I think, and you know how Tommy always says all this, like, he's like, I think this place draws you, man. I think, you know, some people just get drawn by this land of misfits or whatever he calls it. So then I was like, well, I mean, and at that time I was working at a finance firm in Center City, and my job was from 6:30 in the morning, 2:30 at night, 2:30 in the afternoon. So I was like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to do work during the week, because I have to wake up, 5:30 to get to get to work. So he's like, no, don't worry about it. Just, you know, we'll talk to Dean, you know. So I don't know. I mean, like a week later, like I got a shirt on, and then all of a sudden I was like, I was working there, and it just happened like that. And it's funny because after I worked there, I was like, all the comics that I would always come see, and like they never say hi to me or nothing. You know, they were like starting like, hey, how you doing? Hey, you know, like just by wearing the shirt. And to me, like, I think me working at the comedy store, I always tell to people like, oh, working at the comedy store, how does that? It depends on what where you are in your career, I think, in terms of comedy. I think for me it was the perfect place because I basically was starting doing comedy. It wasn't even maybe it was like a year of me doing open mics for real. Like every day and stuff like that, where I started working, you know, and then I started working there. Being at the comedy store really helped me to become a comic, to be me on stage.
Just from watching so much.
Just from watching and from doing the potlucks.
Okay.
And from doing the shows and doing the little belly room spots, and then slowly going to La Jolla. I worked there for, you know, almost 2 years, and the whole 2 years, that to me, that's like, I always say that's my master. Or like I didn't do an MBA, but that was my master's because it did help me really become, because before the comedy store, you know, I was just doing the typical, oh hi, how are you know, just an act, you know. And then when I started doing the comedy store, you know how the comedy store is, you start fucking you up and ripping you and getting you down, and all of a sudden, you know, like then you start going back, and then I was just myself, and I just kept getting better, you know, and also working there. You know, the Fridays and the Saturdays, watching the great guys go up, you'd be like, oh, man, learning. You start meeting people, then they start taking you on a show here and there and all this stuff. So,
did you quit at the comedy store and then get passed, or did they ask you while you were working there?
It's funny because I was, it's like the month, it was getting to like the past, like the 3 months before I got passed, it was getting to the point where it's like, okay, every time like I would get like the schedule for the where I had to work, I was like I was like trying to get every day off, because I had shows and stuff like that. I was like trying to get people, so I was like it was getting to the point where I couldn't do it anymore, and I wasn't getting anything out of it anymore. So I got to that month I got passed. I remember like I was like, man, I'm like, I don't know if I was thinking I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna say I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And then Tommy passed me. I mean, I didn't. I was like, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I remember.
What year did you get passed? 2011.
Yeah, I think so. 2011. Yeah, or
Who'd your class with? Adam Ray?
with Gerard, I believe. I think it was Gerard and me, because I think I do remember that it was like I got passed, and then like 2 months later Gerard got passed or something like that. It was something like that. But yeah, I got passed, and then I told Dean, the manager there, I was like, hey, I'll work this month, but then I'm out. And he's like, great, do that, awesome. So it was
awesome.
like the timing worked perfectly.
Yeah,
and,
sounds cool.
But it was good, and it's funny because when you get passed, to me, like it wasn't. People like I remember Tommy telling me, and then it wasn't a surprise. It was kind of like, okay.
You're like almost like it's about time.
Yeah, it wasn't even that arrogant. It's kind of like it was kind of like it's not even. It wasn't arrogant. It was just kind of like it's like somebody tells you like, hey, you got a show. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was because it was
you felt it coming.
I felt it coming, and I was like, yeah, cool. I can do this. I can because it's also like. I always tell people, like, and that's one thing we were talking about one time, is like you gotta be, experience or the timing has to be good. It's like sometimes if you do, you wanna, all of us want it fast, want it right away. I know it's good to be. I think the best thing is when stuff happens, you're like, okay, I can do it. No, like you go like, hey, do an hour tomorrow for HBO, and then you're like, fuck, I don't know what to do.
It's better to be overly ready. We're like,
I'll tell you what, man, you're not the first person I've heard say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's something I've heard a lot, and I felt like I've.
No,
that's
we all
something
do
I've
it.
worked on it. Like I remember last year, I was just like, what the fuck?
We all do it.
Come on, man. Like why can't I take it? And now it's just like. Just get up where you can, and that's who cares.
Yeah, we
just
all
work
do
on
it.
yourself.
We all want to, because we love this so much. We want it so much, but it's like the best thing is keep working on the only thing that you can, which is your comedy and your acting and your writing, whatever.
Yeah.
And then everything else will come into place. And then when you least expect it, you're doing shit, and you don't even realize it. Like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I'm doing that. You know, it's like what we're talking about. Like I'm doing colleges now. Like me doing now it's like I can do it. It wasn't back when I did it 3-4 years ago. I was like, fuck, how am I going to do an hour?
Yeah, you were stretching,
was
pulling jokes that you threw out.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm a mess. I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know. I'm not comfortable on stage. Now it's like, yeah, okay, I can do it. Cool. There's no, like, and that's because of all the experience. That's all. Because after, 3-4 years of doing comedy and having a little more material, more experience doing longer sets and all this stuff, everything comes together,
Yeah.
So I think and everybody, and also another thing is that you can't compare yourself to anybody else because everybody has their own way of doing it. Some people are quicker and learn, are faster learners, other people, I consider myself like I have to I'm not like I'm not like, oh, I got this quick right now. I'm like the guy who has to like learn, keep getting better, working at it, and stuff like that. I think there's something to start with.
Yeah.
You gotta have the talent, but then there's some people that just get it right away, and some people that just takes a little more time.
I would think it's got to be a hard thing is the language barrier. This is your English is your second language.
Yeah.
So that's also incredible that you're being successful at something where you're it's public speaking and it's your second language.
Yeah, and I think to me it's like now that I do it more and more, I think it's a thing that I've been always putting in my mind, and I think it hasn't been that much. Like I think this whole accent thing, for example, and this whole because I moved here when I was 12, and like I've been living in the U.S. now more than I was living in Venezuela, so it's like. And the English, I know even my vocabulary is better in English than in, words and stuff like that. But I think this whole like accent thing, I always had it in my mind since I was growing up, and I always been I think it's like, oh yeah, it's because of the accent or whatever, and like it's always kind of like an excuse.
Yeah.
And now that I'm doing it, now that I'm thinking more, I'm like, no, it's not. It's another thing that I do, but it's whatever. You know, it's just a thing. You know, it's not an excuse. You know, like so, like to me, it's like it's what I am. You know, it's what I have. You know, it's what I but now it's not more about like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna talk about my act, and that's why my comedy in a way now, like I'm even doing more stuff where I talk that about less and less, and just talk about stuff that I want to talk about. You know, I always feel that I have to address it some way, you know, because if people don't know me, they're gonna be thinking, why is this guy? Where's he from? Why is he talking like that? So just one little thing to address it, and then everything else.
Yeah, then go into what you want to do.
Then go and talk to what I want, and I think now, like, but it was tough. But growing up here, I was like, yeah, I knew. I mean, I lived here, so like, I wasn't. You know, of course, there's little things like, you know, growing up, like when I was little, that I wasn't here, that I'm not gonna get, or I didn't know through it. But you know, everything else, and all my comedy that I do is try to make it very universal. Anyways, I try to make it where it doesn't matter if you're from here or from wherever. I try to make it as universal as you can as well, because that's what I like to do as well.
But if you ever have like a Venezuelan audience, do you crush it harder, or is it pretty much the same?
Well, I never had a Venezuelan audience.
If that was it, if you had a bad show in front of a Venezuelan audience, they would kill you. And that's them calling right now. You would get killed. You would.
No, I mean,
so it wasn't funny enough.
yeah, because I mean, it's not like I'm doing like Venezuelan joke. I mean, like I actually did. I went to Venezuela a couple of years ago, and I did stand up in Spanish. You know, and you know, I kind of the jokes that I had, you know, that I could translate, I translated, and it went well. You know, but you know, it actually wasn't, of course, like how I do it in English, because I'm not sharp. Even though I speak Spanish, there's a timing difference.
Of course,
you have to still practice the whole, you know, the punchlines and everything. But yeah, I don't know, like, I mean, I know some news about Venezuela, but I haven't lived there, so I don't know, like,
I'm not
gonna,
less
like,
relatable.
Yes. And yeah, so it's like, just because I have a Venezuelan audience doesn't mean I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna talk about just them, like, and I never did that when I moved here. Also, like, I remember trying to go to the Latino shows, and to me, I was felt more at home at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Or to, you know, because I wasn't like the Latino shows that are here. It wasn't like the Latino that I am.
Right.
It was it was from here, from the, you know, the Southern California, you know, guys, you know, Mexican background. I guess we're here. So it's like, to me, I was like, I'm not relating at all to these guys either. So it's like, I always felt like an outsider, like even out of the Latino then, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to, you know, I was always more drawn actually to be in the Comedy Store, because I was like, yeah, I just want to be funny. Doesn't matter if it's a Latina crowd or a white crowd or whatever.
Do you ever find yourself, did you ever hit a point where you were kind of bored of stand-up, where you overworked yourself at stand-up? What was like the longest break you've had since you started really intently?
Actually, longest breaks I had has been through just vacations, either because, for example, last year my sister got married, so I was gone for like 2 weeks.
Whoa.
You know,
really?
And and you know, vacations that I had and during Christmas, you know, or stuff like that, I've been a week to 2 weeks or stuff like that. So those have been the longest, and it's funny because it's like, before I would think the same thing, like, oh, how am I gonna get, go past 2 weeks and all this stuff. But now, like, I know, like, I could just go fucking cruise for 2 weeks around, I come back and, I can still do it,
Sometimes it's even good. You go
It's
2 weeks without comedy, and you think of
it's other
shit
stuff.
differently.
You're writing stuff. You're living life. You're like, oh man, this works. And then you come in fresh. I think like, and sometimes I like to actually take little breaks. If I'm doing it too much, I'm like, let me take this break. Let me, that's why I think I like to always have like little vacations in between, because you need to have that. You need to have like, okay, fuck. And then you come in, you're more excited because either you have something new to talk about, or you just want to get up and do it again. As if you don't, I mean, that's why I don't, it's like diminishing returns, you don't want to just, it gets to a point where you do something so much that it's not even working. It's actually going to affect.
It's like smoking weed. You build up your tolerance so high, and you take a few weeks off, you get really high.
That's true. Because I do that. I don't smoke weed that much, but when I do,
You could say that that's the
I
same
drink
thing
Dos
about
Equis.
everything.
No, it isn't. Just weed, dude. It's weed and comedy. That's the
And
only
It's like
two things.
sex, too.
masturbation. Sex too.
it's like if you fucked every day, it's like it gets to the point where I'm
Whoa,
bored.
who would do that though? Every day?
I would if I could.
Porn.
Yeah.
No, but you
Come
say that, but
on.
you at the time you be like, I'm done. I don't want to
Every
fuck
day? I
anymore.
don't want to have sex with you every day. No, I want to go
What
hang
if
out
it
with
was
the
a different?
bros.
What if it was a different
Work
girl
out
every
with
day?
Francisco. By the way, you have good skin. Do you lotion or is it just
No, just natural.
Your
Really?
eyes, the
Yeah.
color of
Do you
your
put
eyes.
those cucumbers on your eyes ever?
No, I'm just a natural.
Just natural
Just
gift.
God made me this way. I'm sorry.
Natural.
I bet. Do you think he has tan lines?
Oh, do you shave? Do you have? Can I see your chat? Do you shave?
No,
Do you're saying no? You don't shave?
I don't shave.
But yes, we
Is
can
yours
see
like
your chest
mine?
hair.
No,
Is that-
I'm Latino. I don't have any hair at all.
So listen. My buddy back home, one of my best friends, he's Colombian. He had a nice ass, because there was no hair on it. It was good.
Why did you see his ass?
Because we're men and we would see each other naked sometimes.
All right.
So it's okay to see another man naked and not be attracted to it. But I was attracted to it, but not in a way that you would think I'm talking how I am right now. My point is your ass nice and smooth and listen,
it?
I'm not trying.
Is there tan lines?
Is there? How is
Do
it?
you have tan lines?
So uncomfortable.
What So I like that. That was good. Comedy store. I
That
think
was
you're the
good.
first comedy store employee that we've had, and I'm sure we'll have many more. That was cool.
I am.
What's one thing you do see with younger guys that advice or something like that? You work hard. I know. I see that you work hard. I like working hard. I like that about you. I see you work hard a lot. I see you're always. It's not just the store.
Yeah.
It's like all over. Like wherever I can get up, I get up.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah. I mean, what's the question?
I don't.
know what the fuck you're talking about.
The question.
What would you say
I wanted
to
to compliment you first, but I wanted you to kind of give me
It's
other.
like you'll be like the worst date guy on
Sure.
a date. So I just want to see that you're a girl here, and I'm like, yeah, you have nice boobs and everything. So I just do you want to fuck? I mean,
Well, here's
I just want to accomplish.
Here's my
Jesus.
point: is I didn't want you to go with like that, like because I know you hard work is one of your answers. But what's some other advice you kind of or something you see young
Well, that's what
comics do?
I mean. I think that's what I said before. It's kind of like be patient and just work on what you can work on. Which is you. Work on going up and writing. And I also what I said is like don't. Yeah, you need to get up as much as you can, but also it's fine if you take one day off to write. It's fine just to really write because there's no. I think I learned that too. Like sometimes like there's no point of going up if you don't have anything to work on.
Yeah.
Like if it could be that you want to work on your nice 7-minute set that you want to get it tight, fine. Or you want to do something else, fine. Want to work on but have something to work on.
Yeah.
Not just go up just to go up.
Yeah.
To me, that's a waste of time. I mean, unless you're really starting, and you still need to know how to, not be
Yeah.
afraid to be on stage.
Right.
Then fine, then go up. Then to me, that material doesn't matter at that point. But after you already know how to be on stage, have an idea to have something to work on because then it's not. To me, it's just like right now, like I'm to the point where I am. Like right now, I'm gonna go to the comedy store right now, and it's at it's midnight right now. I'm gonna go there.
Do you still
Just-
get nervous before a midnight set with barely one in the crowd?
No,
Store,
I mean,
Because there's some people who, after a long time, after 10 years of comedy, they still go, "Yeah, I get nervous before every time." But some people are different. Some
no,
people
but
don't.
like, I mean, I get adrenaline nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but it depends. But it's not working right now at the comedy store. Like,
Right.
If it's like, if I'm gonna go up right up, like at 10:30 on a Friday or a Saturday,
in the main room.
in the main room in the sweet spot. Yeah, I mean, I get a little, but it's but
Right.
not right now for that. But what I'm saying is like right now I'm gonna go, and I want to work on some stuff that I wrote, and if it's like 3 people there, I'm gonna try to work on that,
Yeah.
whatever, but at least because sometimes it's like, just going up there to just go up there and then you try your other stuff, but you don't try without, you don't want to feel like doing it. And then it actually messes you up because then you're like, oh, then my old stuff is not working. And then
Yeah.
like, no, because you fucking went in without not having a plan. You just wanted to like go up and then there's just 3 people and then you're like, oh, fuck it,
Right.
So I think to me, it's always have something to work on. You know, when you go.
I think that's good,
What-
solid advice and a good place to bring this home.
You want to bring?
Very
Yeah,
excited
Yeah,
about it.
Jesus.
Fuck,
What do you
Jesus.
bring this
What, are you
home?
gonna
First
kill
of all,
me right now? Bring this home.
what'd
Kill
you-
him.
yeah. Well, that would be great if we could tie you up and then
Maybe,
kill you
maybe
after
just
we
keep you in
kinda
that chair.
keep you.
Maybe see how
I
those
I
tan
like
tan lines
lines
look.
the leopard.
Well, that's
fucking
for you.
cover.
We just we actually wanted
Do
to
I ch-
ask you before you leave if you could just do
I
one
wanna-
pose
I'll
for us
sign
in your
it.
underwear.
I'll
Yeah.
sign
on
it.
the.
Do you think we could just take
get-
one picture as the album art for the
maybe we
podcast?
just
No.
you could
No.
leave your pants on, but take your shirt off and kind of wrap it around your body. Is that cool?
No. Not
Can
cool.
I feel your arms?
No.
Just one flex.
Flex.
No. No.
Your chest.
Okay. No.
Yep.
Okay. he
Said
actually went
it.
for his. Like, you really? No. No.
No, that was the we would.
Do you, if we give you like a drink of tequila first, do you think maybe you might change
I had
your
like a, it's
Tequila.
like tequila, like that's the drink. Like, you know, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Yes, now that you mentioned tequila, I was like,
All right. Well, thank you, Francisco, for being part of Late Night in Hollywood. We really appreciate you coming in.
Most unconfident host ever.
I
in
know, right?
history.
Share-
it's like
We have-
just wanna,
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry. I'm
You didn't let
sorry
me
that
finish
I-
my clothes here. You know,
All right,
Come on.
fine.
Close
Let's
it.
hear
Fine.
it. I mean, I
I
take a
was-
professional.
I was
Come on.
gonna say we really appreciate the knowledge you brought here, the stories, as well as those beautiful dark eyes.
You do have good.
You have
puppy
nice eyes,
puppy
man.
I do have nice eyes.
I just wanna look into my eyes. Just for a
I
minute.
mean, what's your where does this go into, like the gay podcast network? Or,
You
like,
know,
is
there's
there, do
nothing.
women listen to this, or is it just gonna
I mean, maybe they
Maybe
will.
2 or
Maybe
3.
2 or
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
maybe
accounts-
2 or 3?
A lot of people. This gets listens. You know, it
Yeah.
gets it gets up there.
Yeah.
You'll get a couple
Gets up
Twitter
there.
followers.
and remember, if
Alright.
you're listening to this, please
I
poke.
think people are gonna unfollow me after this.
maybe.
No, I hope not. But if you're listening to this, please poke me and Michael on Facebook to just let us know. If you're listening to this, find
No.
Ari Manis,
Why don't you
Michael
just
and
say
Ochi on
no.
Facebook. Poke
or
us.
What poke?
Yeah.
No, I wanna be
how about
poked.
how about like the Facebook
Yeah,
page?
yeah,
That makes
yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, if you're into
Poke.
that business side of
If
things,
you're
and
gonna
promoting the
poke us, then
podcast.
take the time to fucking like the
That's-
page.
Okay,
Great
do both.
marketing plan you
Do
guys
both.
got going.
Jesus, what was
Hey
that?
guys, if you like the podcast, poke us.
Okay, if you're into like the business side of things and
No,
growing the podcast,
Don't
yeah,
even
like our
poke me.
page.
If you poke me and then don't like the page,
do both,
then I'm blocking you on Facebook.
Do you have
you
a
wouldn't
page?
block everyone.
For late night and yeah, we do.
Oh, okay.
We do have a late night and
We're gonna post it there. We're gonna
we
tag
post
you
it
in
there.
it.
with
When is this
Twitter.
going on the air?
This in a few days.
Yeah, a
Because
few days.
all this information is gonna expire in a couple of days.
No, it was good. It was good having you.
Timeless.
You were one of the
Evergreen.
You were one of the better looking guests we've ever had on our show.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
By the way, how is this? What's the episode? What's
this is episode 5.
you only have some
Do you want to hear the
who
live-
are the other people like
We've
that?
had Fahim Anwar,
Okay.
Eric Myers,
Oh yeah.
Jay Davis,
Jay Davis. Yeah, Jay Davis.
Johnny LaQuasta.
Johnny LaCosta,
Johnny
and
LaCosta.
Francisco Ramos.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
So I am one of
da, da,
the.
da,
Well, yeah.
da. Can we get one more of the that famous joke that you do? How do you say? Can you just do it for us?
How do you say, Francisco? That's it.
No, do the Ramos. You don't do the Ramos part?
No, I don't do the Ramos. It's
Yeah.
physical. It's physical. I can do.
Yeah. Well, next time I have you on here, I want to have you on here with Theo because I like when you guys banter with each other. That would be fun.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that I just been.
Because it's
doing
funny
it.
because it's funny because he'll imitate me
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll imitate him.
Yeah.
I'll be funny. We could just do riffs of him and me.
That will
like,
be
imitate.
it'll be a fun one. You'll have to tell me had a good time.
I'll tell him I had a time.
Yeah, we'll have to. He's one of those where he's like, "You gotta come to me."
Oh, he said that.
Well,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
you guys can bring this up, right? Yeah.
we could
We could go
make it
mobile.
portal. We can go.
You
mobile.
can. Well, he can go to his apartment.
He'll make us
then.
pasta. You know, he
He
does
does
like-
make pasta all the time.
we would have class and we would run lines and he would be like, "Why don't you guys come over to my place? I'll make us some dinner." And he would make dinner and you just run lines.
Yeah.
It was really sweet actually. It was very southern. He'd be like, "You guys want to
Sounds very
sleep
nice.
over?" No, he wouldn't say
No,
that.
no, he didn't say
He
that.
didn't say that, but maybe he did.
Well, not to you.
I wish he would have offered me to sleep over with Francisco. Yeah, Francisco, thank you, Francisco. He's one of the first
Is there anything you want to plug?
good friends I
before-
liked out here.
before
yeah,
we
you have your own
get to
shit,
stop?
don't you? You have your own podcast with.
I don't know if college kids listen to this, but I'll be
Oh, they do. They do.
Yeah,
going to Kansas State and Wake Forest next week.
Nice. And then
On
you also
Tuesday and Wednesday of next.
So if you're listening and you don't go to Kansas State, but you know someone that goes there,
let them know to see it.
Pass it along. Pass the info
and
along.
Wake Forest and Kansas State. And also, do you have your own podcast?
No, I don't have that podcast anymore. I mean, it wasn't mine.
Oh, you were
It
just
was-
on it a
I
lot?
was just like, I guess.
Whose
getting
was it,
the record.
Jason?
It was Ian's and Jason's.
Oh, okay.
But now Ian is just doing it. It was
by himself.
By himself, yeah. But definitely you
They
can.
still talk about soccer, though.
Yeah, if you like soccer, you can.
So he'll
definitely
have
listen
you
to
on
him.
there more, you're saying?
Oh yeah, I'll come, but I'm not doing like regular like I was doing it. Yeah, but you can
Okay.
follow me at Twitter at Ramos Comedy.
Framos Comedy. Yep. And
Framos
what else
Comedy,
you got to go? And then we got a big pilot season coming up.
We got to pay pilot season, yes.
Work.
So this year, the next year.
It's been a
that's
year.
when we get-
I worked with this kid for a year now.
By the way, we were in class today, and
We
actually,
did.
you're getting actually better.
I
I am
appreciate
gonna say that. I still, it's still.
It was a different
Get a
scene,
lo-
but like I've been.
But when you at the end when you were actually were
It's the
by
audition,
yourself,
yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
It's like you just gotta start like that.
Well,
you know?
it's just like I look at acting like well, now we're getting off, but it's just like stand up reps.
It is.
It's
It
like
is. It's
getting
the main
reps.
thing. Stand up is just getting more and more doing than murder.
Yeah. Thank you, Francisco. You are a great, very informative guest.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel
Yeah,
it's like a
they
camera.
can't see it, but his arms look great while he put his arm up.
So
He's definitely,
good, my
definitely
I
God.
good
was saying
looking.
bye to nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
keep saying
no,
bye.
no armpit hair.
To the
guys.
eye
Saying,
cloud.
oh,
To the
wow.
eye
Keep
cloud.
waving for
You
me.
should have seen him in this red Target shirt earlier.
He wasn't a red Tiger. It's not a Tiger Woods shirt.
Sure,
like
whatever you
golf
want to
shirt.
call it Tiger Woods or Target. Even
Guys,
just you saying T.
make sure to tune in next week to Late Night in Hollywood. I've been your host, Ari Manis, and my co-host / sidekick / co-host, Michael Inochi. Guys, have a good night.